Imagine a world where the loudest voice always drowns out the wisest. Where what spreads fastest is not what's accurate, but what's entertaining. You already live in that world. The problem is not new, but its scale is unprecedented. This is the virality over truth problem, and unless you learn to see through it, your view of reality will be built not on knowledge, but on noise. The Greek philosopher Plato warned about this more than 2,000 years ago. He criticized the sophists, teachers who sold the art of persuasion without caring about truth. They could make the weaker argument appear stronger, not because it was right, but because it was convincing. Plato feared that a society that rewards performance over reality would collapse into illusion. That fear echoes today every time a viral video gets more reach than serious reporting, every time a catchy post is shared before anyone checks if it's even real. History offers countless examples. In ancient Rome, emperors gave the masses bread and circuses, using spectacle to distract them from corruption. During the Renaissance, pamphlets spread rumors and falsehoods as quickly as truths. The printing press was a revolution of knowledge, but also a revolution of misinformation. Each era faced the same challenge: people crave stories that entertain them more than truths that discipline them. The difference now is speed and scale. A lie in the 16th century might take months to cross a country. A viral video today travels the globe in seconds. Algorithms do not ask what is true. They ask what keeps you watching. Attention is the currency, and exaggeration pays better than accuracy. The philosopher Guy Debord called this the society of the spectacle, where images and appearances replace direct experience. Today, social media has turned that spectacle into an endless stream. It rewards those who can capture attention, not those who can carefully explain reality. But here is where you come in. The system rewards what you engage with. If you scroll, click, and share the outrageous, you feed the machine. If you pause, reflect, and choose what is grounded, you resist. This is not just about the platforms, it's about human nature. Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote that people don't want the truth if it is unpleasant, they want illusions that make life bearable. The challenge of our age is to resist that comfort, to demand clarity over spectacle, substance over show. Look at our present moment. Entertainment and politics blur until elections resemble talent shows. News becomes performance. Even personal lives are curated like reality TV. The risk is not simply that people believe false things. The deeper risk is that people stop caring whether something is true at all, as long as it is interesting. When that happens, truth loses its social value. And when truth loses value, societies lose their anchor. But the story doesn't end there. We can predict the future by looking at the past. Societies that lived only for spectacle, Rome, for instance, collapsed under the weight of their illusions. But societies that found ways to balance story with truth endured. The future may split in two: one path where we drown in an ocean of entertaining lies, another where we learn to design systems and habits that reward clarity. Imagine if algorithms were tuned not for clicks, but for credibility. Imagine if you, and millions like you, rewarded creators not for being loudest, but for being most thoughtful. It starts small. What you choose to share, what you give your time to, what you let into your mind. You are not powerless. In fact, your attention is the most powerful currency in this system. When you reclaim it, you begin to shift the balance back toward truth. So here is the invitation. Choose truth over virality. Not because it is easy, but because it is the only way to build a society that sees clearly rather than dances in shadows. You can escape the attention trap, but only if you are willing to pay the price of patience, curiosity, and depth. If this speaks to you, subscribe to our channel. Here we dig beyond the spectacle, beyond the noise, to find the patterns shaping our world. Because the future will be built not by those who shout the loudest, but by those who see the clearest.